AI is growing very rapidly. I mean, like way faster than I think anyone expected. And in fact, according to National University, 77% of companies are either using AI or they're exploring the use of AI. As you can see, AI is spreading across all industries. Programming, writing, education, even manufacturing. It's basically everywhere. I think it's safe to say that AI isn't going anywhere. The thing is, people are still using AI like it's a search engine. The future of AI is not just using AI, but it's using it effectively. Prompting is becoming a communication skill. Essentially, how well can you communicate with the AI? We're going to be going over a prompt engineering framework that is guaranteed to get you better results out of your AI. So let's talk about the problem. Most people's prompts are extremely vague. And when you have a vague prompt, you're gonna get a vague response. So, what is prompt engineering? Well, according to OpenAI, prompt engineering is the process of writing effective instructions for a model such that it consistently generates content that meets your requirements. So, it's not about keywords or tricking the AI. It's about being clear and specific about what results you want it to return. So I mentioned a framework. A framework gives you a repeatable structure that you can use when talking to the AI. And today, we're going to be talking about the scope framework. All right. So the first element of scope is situation. So basically, this is going to be the context or the scenario that you're working in. So who you are, what your role is, and just the basic setting. This sets the stage and gives AI the who and where context. This is giving it's setting the AI up for understanding like who you are. The next element is context. So this is the additional background information that the AI needs. So this is going to be like your deeper details, your competitive landscape, the current state, the pain points, and relevant constraints. Context is going to prevent generic responses. Okay, the next one, objective. I would say that this is the most important part of the framework. This is going to be what you want to achieve and your specific measurable goal with a clear success criteria. So this is where you define what the success looks like. This is going to prevent, you may have heard the term hallucination. Well, this is what will prevent the AI from hallucinating or wandering on unfocused outputs. And parameters. This component is specific requirements or constraints. So this is essentially where you're formatting or you're structuring any like limitations or the requirements that you have for the AI. So any specific element that must be included. This is where that happens. Think of this as the how it should look part of the framework. And finally, the examples. So this is the one that everyone seems to forget, but giving the AI an example of what you want the output to look like is gonna help the AI create the expected result. So give the AI in your prompt sample outputs or references. And I'm talking concrete examples of what good looks like. Show the AI, this is what success will look like. Use similar work or like specific instances to guide the AI. Now let's build one of these prompts together using our scope framework. That way you can see exactly how the scope framework translates into an actual prompt. All right, now that we're in ChatGPT, I'm going to show you exactly how to utilize the scope framework. So for this example, we're going to be trying to get some title recommendations for our YouTube video. So we're going to start with the situation. So the first element of scope. So you are an expert YouTube SEO strategist who specializes in the AI and tech tutorial niche. So kind of about me. because we're actually using this for this video. All right, now let's add the context. So now we're going to tell the AI about myself. So I run a YouTube channel called Braxton Curdy, focused on AI tutorials and practical automation for everyday people. I'm currently recording a video that explains prompt engineering, what it is, why it matters, and how viewers can immediately write better prompts to get more useful results from AI tools like ChatGPT and Claude. Okay, so that's really good context here. I'm explaining exactly what I'm currently doing and what this prompt is going to be about. All right, so now let's add the objective. So we're going to clearly state what we expect the AI to do here. So we're going to say generate 5 YouTube title options for this video that are optimized for search and click-through rate. Very specific. And this is what's going to help the AI know what our expectations are for the results. Now we're going to work on the parameters. So let's add our parameters in here. So the parameters are each title must be under 70 characters, use plain, curiosity-driven language, no jargon. At least one title should lead with a number or a concrete result. At least one title should lead with a number or a concrete result. The titles should appeal to beginners who don't yet know what prompt engineering is. Avoid clickbait and do not use the word ultimate, because that's cringy. So there's our parameters. We're explaining exactly the details of how this output should be structured. And then finally, we're going to add some examples. So we're just going to give ChatGPT here an idea of what we would expect the titles to look like. So we're going to say good. So we're actually going to give 2 good examples and a bad example. So we're going to say, hey, this is what to not do. So that's something to remember with examples, that you can give good examples, but also give ChatGPT or any AI you're using, give them the bad examples so that it knows exactly what to avoid. All right, so let's see what we get here. So we're going to send this over, and we're immediately getting the 5 strong title options, why your AI prompts aren't working and how to fix them, 5 prompting tricks that make ChatGPT way more useful. Some really good titles. I actually really like these. So this will probably end up being one of the titles of this video. And in fact, it even gave us the top 2 that it recommends for CTR plus search are number 1 and number 5. So pretty awesome. I mean, you can see that the better details you give it, the better results you're going to get. This is why the scope framework is so important. You can really structure and drive the AI in the direction that you want it to go. So just to recap, the biggest mistakes people can make is to give a vague response, to not include any context or formatting or iteration. Those are all going to result in bad outputs. And remember, if the response from the AI is weak, you should probably check your prompt first. Make sure that you're using the scope framework when prompting the AI. Prompt engineering is not a special trick. It's clarity, structure, and intention. The people who get the most out of AI will be the people who direct it well. So I created a template that follows the scope method and creates outstanding results every time. All you gotta do, comment prompt below and I'll send you over the template for free. I appreciate you watching this video. If you found it useful, hit the like button and hit subscribe.